And I don't wish nothing but the worst for her. She needs to go to jail. She needs her ass beat, and she needs to go to jail. Now, we have never had shared bank accounts. I never gave her access to my stuff because I got people that trust me with their stuff, and she can't have access to that stuff. For 6 years, she was saying shit like, oh, we need to get a joint account together. We need to get a joint. No. You tell me what you need, and I give you money. But because I have already been homeless from trusting somebody with my funds, yeah. 6 years.
Hey, and welcome back to the LifeScope channel. On your way in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's appreciated as always. Shanda Lockhart and wife pastor Lashondra Lockhart, a popular TikTok couple, are going through a contentious divorce that is being aired publicly. The viral pair got hitched in 2017. Ray, however, has recently filed for divorce and is now dumping all the dirt on TikTok.
Who the hell are they?
Now I had no clue who this couple was until I saw Lashondra's name trending for about 2 or 3 days. But I wanted to do this video on this couple because it's reading like a melodrama so far, and it's only going to get more messy. The entrepreneur quickly revealed the truth after initially attempting to be evasive about the cause of the breakup. One of Ray's complaints about Lashondra is that she allegedly wasted a lot of their money and started borrowing money from friends behind her back, despite the couple appearing to live comfortably on social media. But as always, everything isn't as good as it seems. Ray allegedly took out a loan on Lashondra's behalf, but she allegedly defaulted on it. The business owner claimed that occasionally she observed little expenses like the Wi-Fi and cable going unpaid. She noted that they had been turned off, but she added that Lashondra will take care of them right away. She may have missed the warning signs that her wife wasn't effectively running their home because of this. The situation changed when Lashondra's failure to pay the rent resulted in the couple getting an eviction on their Kentucky home. Clearly, there is more to the story than what's being told, and some people are saying now that her wife is in trouble and probably can go to jail, and that's the reason Shanda wants out of the marriage. Also, it seems that the pastor was not only possibly scamming the congregation, but cheating with her tenants. And to top it all off, raising the price on low subsidized housing. At this point, I can't blame Ray for wanting to leave, especially if your partner is pocketing money and you still get evicted. I'm sure more will come out a little later, but I want to move on to a crazy story that happened about 4 years ago that I was reading up on, and it had me thinking,
How? That is the question we'll all be asking ourselves tonight.
And it is also the question our 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne is asking after that woman's horrifying story was made public at a recent pharmacy board hearing.
First, a warning, some of you, our viewers, might find this story hard to watch. Kyle, it really is a shocking story that could happen to any of us.
Denise Bryan, the Federal Drug Enforcement Agency, says it receives 100,000 complaints a year about suspected medication errors. We met Tamika Thomas just a few days ago, a few years after she went into a CVS in North Las Vegas. She got medication she thought was going to help make her pregnant, but the pharmacy got it all wrong.
I don't come from a big family, so I wanted to make sure I had a big family.
Tamika Thomas loves her big family. She has 4 beautiful, healthy kids and wanted one more. She was having trouble getting pregnant back in 2019 and more trouble when she had to have her fallopian tubes removed after 2 dangerous pregnancies. But she wanted to fight to grow her family. The fight you ended up having
was a fight that I would have never imagined I would be fighting.
The fight, it turns out, is against CVS, this branch in North Las Vegas in particular. She went in there to get prescriptions to help jumpstart her in vitro pregnancy. She went home, took the medication, and started to cramp.
Cramping is, a norm, but my cramping went beyond that. It was extreme. It was painful.
So painful, she knew something was wrong. Expecting a drug that would trick her body into thinking it was pregnant, she checked the bottle. And your life changed that day. Two CVS pharmacists who ended up in front of the pharmacy board had made a handful of errors filling Tamika Thomas's prescriptions. They ended up giving her a drug meant to terminate the pregnancy for which she had fought so hard.
They did exactly the opposite of what I was trying to do.
Not okay.
Not at all.
I understand people make mistakes, but that mistake took something from me.
Thomas gave heart-wrenching testimony to the Nevada State Board of Pharmacy, which sanctioned these two pharmacists with unprofessional conduct and failure to adequately supervise the two technicians that made the original mistakes. The board says someone at the pharmacy should have called the doctor because nobody at CVS could read these prescriptions. And then one of the pharmacy techs guessed wrong, entering a generic prescription name which is the exact opposite of the brand name the doctor prescribed. Then the board says the pharmacist failed to counsel the patient on what would happen when she took this drug, misoprostol, better known as the abortion pill, which destroyed those two embryos and broke something deep inside Tamika Thomas.
And all I got was a sorry.
Not good enough.
It will never be good enough.
A CVS spokesman mentioned that apology in a statement to the 8 News Now investigators. It says, "We've apologized to our patient for the prescription incident that occurred in 2019 and have cooperated with the Nevada Board of Pharmacy in this matter. Prescription errors are very rare, but if one does occur, we take steps to learn from it in order to continuously improve quality and patient safety."
Well, I would object to an open question like that.
But CVS's attorney repeatedly distanced himself from the pharmacist, both at the hearing table and in defense of his client.
To suspend or to take action against a pharmacy license when they really didn't do anything wrong, wasn't pledged that they did anything wrong. The only allegations are that they had these pharmacists.
And he pointed his fingers right at the pharmacist and said they did it.
Correct.
What'd you think of that?
I felt like that was not okay because he should have took initiative for the company as a whole.
For his part, the attorney for CVS told the 8 News Now investigators he stands by what he told the pharmacy board and has no additional comment. But for Tamika Thomas, it does not end there.
There's not enough that I can say. There's not enough therapy. There's not enough medication that'll take the thoughts away, that'll take the pain away.
The pharmacy as a whole was fined the maximum under the statute. That's $10,000. At least one of those pharmacists no longer works for CVS, and they both got fined and are essentially on probation for a year.
So, Kyle, I mean, obviously there was the fine. One of them looked somewhat remorseful there in front of the pharmacy board. So we're wondering, does Tamika Thomas sue now? What's her next?
So far, no lawsuit. This woman had to work through quite a bit in order to even be able to talk about this with me and go before the board. And I know she'd like to sue, but this happened 4 years ago, and in most cases in Nevada, the statute of limitations is 3 years.
And Kyle, we saw in your story there CVS apologize. Did the pharmacists apologize?
Yes, they both did, and tomorrow we'll see their apology, and we'll investigate how and why some of these mistakes get made.
Okay, Kyle, thank you.
According to KLAS-TV, Tamika Thomas went to CVS in 2019 to pick up a vaginal suppository that her doctor had recommended. She was tired from constantly injecting her buttocks, thus the drug was provided to her during her IVF journey. She began to feel emotionally drained by it. After taking the drug, which she had picked up from a CVS in Las Vegas, she reported feeling strange. Thomas remembered that her cramps were really bad. She conducted research and found out that the drug her doctor had ordered for her wasn't what she received. The pharmacist administered an abortion drug instead. Even though it makes sense to be sure that you are taking the right medication, it's easy to just take your pills without thinking that the pharmacy made a mistake. However, I have to say this, and this is in no way condemning the company CVS, but something is going on, because when I have to go and pick up my grandmother's meds for her, it takes forever. There is or was always a long line. Folks had attitudes, and it seemed like they had to really search for your meds. I had to go off in the store and on the phone to their corporate office because that mess was getting ridiculous. So when I heard about this story, I wasn't too surprised. Now this woman lost that chance at having more children, and all they gave her was an apology. The news clip said that her statute of limitation has run out to sue, but I'm thinking the reason Tamika is talking about this now is because she may be trying to find a way around the statute. So I hope she's able to get a little more than "I'm sorry for causing the death of your future baby." Moving on to other crazy news, so the verdict of Carly Russell has come down.
A Hoover municipal judge has found Carly Russell guilty of 2 misdemeanor charges for the staged kidnapping in July, which made national headlines.
And the judge also recommended Russell pay restitution and serve a year in jail. ABC 3340's Valerie Bell was there in the courtroom today, and she joins us now outside the Hoover Public Safety Center. And Valerie, Russell's attorneys are fighting to keep her out of jail.
Muriel, Carly Russell's attorney says he is totally against jail time. While she admits to the hoax, she pleaded not guilty before the judge's ruling so the case can be appealed to circuit court. Russell appeared timid when she spoke inside the courtroom. Her family was seated a few rows behind her. Municipal Judge Brad Bishop also recommended Russell pay nearly $18,000 in restitution for the search which took place, something her lawyers did not disagree with.
I think anything is fair when it comes to restitution with the expenses that were done. So we have to say that's fair. They have, anytime you assert restitution, it has to be proven. And set the amount, $17,000 and some dollars, hours spent, I would think that would be fair. That's it.
Anthony says the truth of why Russell faked her own kidnapping will eventually come out. He says right now they're focused on keeping her in a good mental state. Live in Hoover, I'm Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News.
This update on Carly came out 2 days ago, and although she staged a kidnapping, I don't think she should spend 1 year in jail. Especially when you have plenty of people falsely calling the cops on others and it ends in death. And it seems like those people are never charged. However, she definitely should pay restitution and maybe get probation. If she goes to jail, I think that girl will get turned out and may come out worse, but her lawyer is repealing the decision and we will have to see how it goes. Lastly, I want to end this video with this last clip, and then I have a question for women.
Just because I slept with a few dudes in the past in college does not mean you're going to sit there and call the wedding off. It was in college. Right now, no. Right now, college. It was in college. Home for the love of God. It was in college. It was in college. You act like you were never curious before. You never messed around with. I'm a good man. Any woman will want a man like me. Any woman will want a man like me. Like me. So you go ahead and try to throw me away. You go ahead and try. You go ahead and try. Like I said, let me tell you something. You will never find another man like me. You will never find another man like me. You're judging me. And that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. For what? For what? College. I'm a different man now. Serious. You're not serious. It's not finished. 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 It's because I can be. Because you're judging me. Because I slept with a few guys in my past.
Ladies, I know it's supposed to be a new age and all, but will you marry a guy that's been with a few men? Now in the video, it seems like the guy came on out and told his soon-to-be wife what he did in the past. If he really thought that lady was cool with it, then he would have told her a lot sooner, not wait until you're about to get married. Again, without knowing all the details, I can see why she called it off. Because I got to be honest, a lot of women are not trying to be with a man that may have been penetrated. It was cringe to watch him argue with her, explaining how he's a good man, instead of just leaving. Now I'm sure there is a woman out there that may not care about that and will just love him for him. But just based off this clip, I don't blame her for ending the relationship, however you may think differently. So let me know what you think and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.